Be good to watch though, wouldn't it? 12 and over from here. Start off 53 for 3 in the first 14 and put 485 on the board. That's what we're talking about. Graft through the new ball and then cash in later.
But that's the new graph in one-day cricket now. They're arriving at different paces at the moment, and that's the moisture that's still there. Yeah, there was a time when the one-day game with fielding restrictions, flat surfaces, and you'd look to get away and create a strike rate early that you'd have aggressive opening batters, and the scoring graph would be high, and then once you sort of get through that first 15 overs, which was the fielding restrictions, it's different now, it's 10. But then you would knock it around, that graph would come back, and then you would go hard at the end and it would spike again. Now it generally is just a gradual increase throughout the innings. No! And I think that is because of the impact of T20 cricket. So what happens is, if you can go into the last 20 overs, or extend it out in this form 25, with, let's say, 8 wickets in hand, you can go hard. And these players are so much better at manipulating the ball around the park, or going hard and hitting good balls for 4 and 6. And Yorkers aren't as effective because everyone seems to be able to play the little scoopy shot. Oh, gift runs for New Zealand. Wides, probably 4. Well, 4 something or other. And it is 4 wides.
Yeah, real loosener there from Akif. Interestingly, coming left arm round the wicket now, to spear the ball in, and that just takes off. Angled in down the leg side, continues on that way. Mohammad Rizwan behind the stumps, no chance at all to haul that one in. Still the little hands on hips from the big fast man.
Well, no, the keeper was meant to get that. Keeper's also the skipper. You want to be careful. Yeah, I was saying I like this because of the nature of that graph. So you're going to go, okay, well, we need wickets in hand going into the last few. Let's say last 20 overs, last 15 overs. Maybe 300 is not quite in the picture right now, but you want to guarantee yourself 250 if you can, because that could be very defendable out there. Aim for a 270 sort of score, which is probably a little bit better than benchmark when it comes to this ground anyway. But to do that, they need wickets in hand. So all of a sudden, these players have to show some skill against the moving ball.
I think new ball at each end has helped that as well. It's given a little bit more of a helping hand to the bowlers, try and have an advantage over the batter at some stage of the innings. And they've heard you, Mark Richardson. Slightly more realistic target. 6 and over gets them to that 270 mark that you're talking about. 8 and over would still push well over 300. But yeah, I think it's just evened the contest out a little bit.
Good to see some of my negativity is rubbing off on the staff. Oh, look at that. Gee, that's taken off. And that's why it's difficult out there. A little bit too paced at the moment.
I think also with the new ball at each end is it's kept the ball harder for longer, because of course it only ends up 25 overs old, and so the spinners through the middle overs of the innings, they don't have quite the same impact, especially in New Zealand. So the ball doesn't get so soft and old, and it's able then at the back end of an innings you can still score really freely against it. And so it's given a little bit more incentive for the fast bowlers up top, the ability to get into teams' middle orders, but then the ball's still in good hitting order late.
Oh, waving at it. 58 threat remains. He's had a great start, hasn't he, in his first 50 one-day internationals, Daryl Mitchell. Such a good all-round game. Wonderful average. Some good names on that. Andrew Jones was so consistent. He used to bat at 3 and deep. Interesting.